Hi, my name is Tracy Johnson. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at InitiativeOne. Today, I just want to talk about what are the signs, what are the things that we see in our colleagues, in our friends, in our teammates that can give us a little warning sign, or in ourselves even, that we have reached a point where we need to rest. We need to spend some time refilling our well so that we can come back and get up the next day and really contribute in the way that we want to. So some of the things that we see in those colleagues or teammates, it comes out first in an edginess, a little bit of a sharp comment. Sometimes it gets to the extreme where sarcasm might show up in the workplace, or where someone is a little too direct when they have an unexpected surprise in their day. So we become a little less tolerant of the things that people bring to us, and curveballs, those types of things. We are a little bit less agile in catching those curveballs. And I think about burnout in ourselves, some of the things that physically we can feel and notice in ourselves. One of the tension things that we see, especially when people are burned out, is there's a pretty high level of anxiety going on. And I was working with a team a couple of weeks ago. They had this great definition of anxiety. One of the definitions that they have for anxiety is called fake news. And oftentimes when we're feeling burned out, we've got our anxiety is going up and we're telling these stories in our heads. And when we are in that place where those stories go to a dark or a negative place, we have to recognize that we've got to do some work on resiliency and get back into the game and be able to clean that up. Another thing that I see in people sometimes when they're getting to the place of burnout is they go to judgment way more often than they should be or would naturally be going to. And what I mean by that is they're drawing conclusions before they're listening. So our listening goes down when we're in burnout. Our ability to actually evaluate and really understand the problem or the challenge and gather more information, all of that goes down. So those signs in your team, or those signs in what's going on in the environment, are really important to pay attention to. It's not always just about the words that are going on. You also have to look at what's the physical, what's going on in yourself or in them. Sometimes you'll see that anxiety show up in ways that they can be very tense. There's a heaviness to the room. You can cut the room like a knife because they're like, oh, you can just feel the vibe coming off of them. So use all of those skills as a leader to really evaluate your team and figure out, are we pushing too hard? Are there so many things that are heavy and changing too rapidly in the organization that we should talk about this and talk about what are the strategies that they need to employ to be able to get better and get out of burnout? Because once we're to the place where we are so burned out, we become toxic to our teams. We become a weight to our teams rather than a joy and an inspiration and a hope to see the future. So just pay attention to that within the team that you're working with, within yourself, and listen. Anybody who's been through the last 2 years in the globe has experienced burnout. There has been an accelerated amount of change, an accelerated amount of weight on people, stress, fear, all of those things that lead to high anxiety. So your team has likely felt this over the past 2 years, and we're still having to get up every day and deal with the challenges that we're faced with every single day. So pay attention, make sure you're coaching your teams when you're identifying burnout, and make sure you're working with them in a way that they can have strategies and get some space or some margin to be able to really deal with it effectively. If you found this video helpful, please click the thumbs up and let me know that it resonated with you. So if you've ever experienced burnout in your team or in yourself, please comment below. Let others know that they have colleagues and peers who also deal with burnout. It helps to know that other people are experiencing what you are experiencing.